Now it's time to start tightening up these edges. So we'll be using the Add Loop tool, which can be found under Edge, Add Loop. Alright. I have a macro for it, or a menu rather. So we can quickly do this here. And I want one here. We'll just key these values in again. That'll be 5%. We'll need another one right here. This one will also be 5%. Okay. Let's go to the other side and check this. Looks like we'll need another here. This one will be 95%. Another here. 5%. Here as well. 95. And so on. So I'm going to stop talking because I'm doing the same thing over and over again. Right. Okay, bottom. This edge as well. Let's see. Let's check this side to see if it needs it. It doesn't need one, so we won't place one there. Okay, let's take a gander, see where else needs it. One thing I might do is place another edge loop here to tighten up this little crevice there. That looks much better. I like that. In fact, let's roll with it. We'll do one at 85%, and we'll do the same thing down on the bottom. This one will also be 85%. Okay. Alright, I think that's it for now on the... Nope, there's one on the back here. So let's... Oh, no, actually, not right there, but rather right here. 5% on that one. And one here as well, 95%. Okay, so that covers it. That is mostly complete. We should check our UV map just to make sure everything's good. All we did is add edge loop, so it should be fine, but you never know. Okay, so the other thing I might want to do is maybe round out this loop here a little bit. And this time we'll use the loop slice tool. We'll count to 1, and we'll do this uniform or symmetry. Since it's 1, it'll be the same result. Just click in there and it'll place one exactly at 50%. And we'll use the selection that it has there for that loop. And we'll go to the top view, zoom in, and we're going to pull this out in a diagonal fashion. Let's see here. Let's just call this 135 UM. So we'll do 0.0135, and we'll key that value in on both of these axes, the X and Y. So 0.0135 centimeters will get us a nice round curve. That looks good. The next bit we can do is the back here. It doesn't quite line up exactly how I want it. So what we'll do is we'll grab these polys here and we'll pull them out. And let's see, we'll deselect that one, and then we'll do Control Shift up arrow to expand the selection. W key, and we'll move this out. We'll just kind of eyeball it. Doesn't have to be perfect, but we'll get it close to it. So we'll pull this out to try and match up these edges somewhat closely. So 1.3 millimeters. We'll do that to the other side as well, although we'll do it to the entire edge here. Oops. Alright, grab that shift up arrow to grab that next edge loop. The reason we're doing that, in fact, I guess we could have just, double clicked that and then double click that edge loop. Same result. So what we want to do is pull this back and have it line up with this edge here as well, similar to the other side. It may or may not be the same distance, but we'll find out. In fact, 1.3 millimeters is a little far, so let's go with 1.2. Let's take a look at that. I feel like 1.2 will do us, so 1.2 millimeters. Now, one last thing. Earlier, if we pull up our exploded morph, earlier I pulled this edge and the one on the lower set, pulled them inward a little bit. I think of 1 millimeter it was, and it seems to be giving us a gap in here. But the good thing about this is that we kind of preemptively made it so we can make our glue tab. So awesome. Let's go ahead and do that now. We'll select, let's see, we'll just select this whole edge here, like so. And let's go into poly mode, out of sub Ds. Hit B for bevel. Click, oh, actually, let's undo that and just keep our selection and turn off the morph map. Don't edit in the morph map, because when you go back to the base mesh, you will see results you don't like. Okay, so let's just eyeball it in sub D mode real quick. We'll perform our bevel in sub D mode. So B for bevel, and shift it out a little bit. Shift click one time and then shift it out, and then grab the activate the move tool with the W key, pull this down. It looks like it's intersecting with those polygons just ever so slightly. Not quite what I want, but that's okay for now. Now let's activate the scale tool, and we'll scale this on the Y. Make sure negative scale is turned off. We want to flatten these out. And I should have taken note of the distance that I beveled them, because I want this to go approximately 5 millimeters. So we'll just kind of eyeball it. Or we could just activate the ruler tool. Let's do that. A ruler tool. Let's go from right here. Oh, we should probably turn off snapping. We'll go from right there and bring this on down to 5 millimeters approximately. Almost there. Okay, we'll call that close enough. Oh, well, maybe bring that down a little bit. Okay, so right there. Okay. Alright, let's grab these polygons again and make sure we select up to the edge hardening set, that edge loop there. Ooh. Bring them in just a little. Okay, so maybe back out a touch. It's okay to have them intersect a little bit. And let's contract the selection with shift down arrow. And now we can use the bevel tool again. So B for bevel. Click in the viewport. We'll bring it on down to right about there. Shift click and drag that out a little bit. Expand the selection up once and then bring those up to match, or closely match, the 5 millimeter mark right there. Okay. So now with this edge here, the other edge that we brought down earlier in the video, we're going to bring that back up because we don't need it to be like that. And we'll activate the move tool, and we can probably turn off the ruler tool while we're at it. And let's move it up on the Y, 1 millimeter. And there we have that. So now we can do the bottom. Let's go ahead and do exactly what we just did for the top. And it looks like I selected an extra poly. Okay. So now we have those. Alright, let's bring it into view in the front. So B for bevel, and this time I'll take note of my bevel action. Or we'll just measure it out, because this is at an angle. I won't be able to accurately determine that. So that's fine. Alright. And pull it up, and it should go in a little bit. So we'll select up to there. Okay. Contract the selection and scale this down. And we can hit B for bevel, bring it up, and it looks like it's protruding into the wall, I think. It is. So we'll expand this, expand the selection out to that edge again. And bring that, actually let's leave that right about there, and instead of doing that, we'll grab these polygons here and bring those in. Looks like I don't have all of them. Oh, I see. Okay, so we'll just try and go in and lasso select these, and hopefully we don't grab anything else. And we did, so we're good. Okay, I'm gonna bring these back so that way they're not protruding so badly into the other set of polygons. And the reason we did that is because we want this to come out a little bit and not have such a gap. So that'll do the trick, I think. Let's activate the ruler tool, and let's bring it on over here. Oops. Okay. So from right about there, or maybe we'll go a little lower. Line it up at that edge there. Okay, and then up 5 millimeters. Right there will work. Okay. Grab these polygons here along that top edge. Now we can bevel them up. Alright, B for bevel. Move it on up to right about there. Shift click and bring it up a little bit. Shift up arrow to expand the selection and drag this up to match that 5 millimeter mark. I guess that's a little high, but whatever. There we go. Ruler tool off. And now we'll grab this edge here, move tool. We'll go down 1 millimeter. Oh, sorry. Yes, negative 1 millimeter. So negative 0.1. And that gives us what we want. So one last edge I want to round out a little bit, as we did on the other side, is this one right here. So we'll grab those two polygons, hit L to select the loop, Alt C for loop slice, and we'll keep the same settings, uniform, one slice, click in the viewport, spacebar to go to edge mode, and it should have that as a selection already. And let's bring this into focus in the top view. And we'll do the same thing as we did last time. I believe we moved that out 1.35 millimeters on the X and Y. So we'll do negative 0.0135 and negative 0.0135. Oops, that one will be positive. Remove that. There we go. So now that's rounded out as well, and it's identical to the other side. I noticed there's still a slight gap in the front side here. And let's see what happens if we run an edge loop in here. Nothing much. What about in here? That kind of closes it a little bit. So we'll leave that in, but we'll change this to, let's see, let's try 25%. Okay, well, I think we might run one over here as well. 25. And let's go to the other side just to look at the gap. Okay. It is a cardboard box and it is going to have a slight gap, so I'm going to call that good right there.